Okay, let's see how this works. It should be streaming now if I'm correct. View channel. Alright, cool. I'm live now. Okay, that was odd. Alright, can you guys see me? Everything good? Can you guys see me at all? It doesn't look like I'm moving though on the screen. Am I moving? Like, do you see my face moving? Because my screen is frozen. Yeah, that's odd. I don't know why that's happening that way. You can hear me though, right? Okay. Well, that's good. I'm gonna try to figure out what's going on real quick. I'm sorry about this. Like, I had everything set up like the night before, and then when I had it scheduled at 3:30, for some reason it wouldn't go into play, and so I had to remove that one, and now this is happening. I just need to have a better program for doing their streams. Let's see. Remove, add video capture, add existing video capture. I'm still not moving. Odd. Huh. Anyway, what did you guys think of the episode today? How'd you like it? I already did try restarting my video capture. I'm not sure what the problem is to be exactly. Oh, you haven't seen it yet? Well, you definitely should, Sobbing Lamb. It is in the description. I have a short link to it in the description. You can check it out. What website do I use to read all of high school the high school DD manga? I think it's something ski. Let me see if I can find it real quick for you, because I got it. On here. Makaski.org. I use bakasuki.org. Try restarting this, maybe, just maybe. Nope, still not moving. Maybe it has something to do because I'm downloading episode 3 right now, but it wasn't doing that earlier. Odd, very odd. But anyway, I really enjoyed today's episode. It's possibly one of my best so far because we're about to get into the hero faction battle in the next episode. And it was really interesting seeing how Irina is now in the fray for wanting to become a part of Issei's harem. That part of her that I saw in today's episode was really cute. Oh yeah, she did. It was awesome. I'm gonna try pausing this and see if this fixes my video real quick. Still not working. Oh well. Jeez, I've gotta try fixing this again. I don't like doing this, but I don't want to restart the stream, so just hang with me for a few seconds, guys. Sorry about these technical difficulties. Anyway. Hey Nick, what's going on? For some reason, my face will not move, and I have absolutely no idea why, because I had everything set up and it's just not working out right. But at least you guys can hear me. But I really loved today's episode a lot. It's one of my favorite episodes thus far in the new season. Elena's developing new feelings for Issei was great to see. It was also really nice to see Zenobia, you know, still planning to have Issei's children. And the lamp effect that Elena did in the closet was hilarious. I loved it. But anyway, there was a particular reason I wanted to talk about do I think Elena can still have a love relationship with Issei if she is still an angel? Definitely, Eric. I mean, I don't see a reason why she wouldn't want to have a relationship with Issei. I think that she originally, I think in the past 3 seasons, especially towards season 3, she started to develop feelings for Issei. after, you know, the Loki incident. And then in this episode, I think it's going to get a little bit more, and this season I think it's going to get a little bit more advanced now that, you know, they've actually had some kind of interaction together as far as the harem goes. So I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, they can definitely still have a relationship if that's the direction that it goes in. I think it'll be good. But anyway, what I wanted to discuss in today's stream was the character designs. So I'm going to go to my slideshow right here. Let's see here. Should take just a minute to come up on the screen. Here we are. Okay. So this is Riaz's character that you're seeing now. And as you can see, there's not really that much difference in Riaz's character this season compared to the last 3 seasons when it comes to character design. It's the same body build. You can even tell in the facial expressions that that's definitely Riaz. I mean, when you look at the face, when you look at the facial curves, they're slightly different because the face is just a little bit more round. But as far as like the nose and the eyes, the only difference is, like, the only main difference in the characters is the detail. Like, there's less detail, which in this season it's a good thing because a lot of detail means means the animation quality is not going to be as good. But when you have characters that don't involve too much detail, they're a lot easier to animate. And in my personal opinion, when it comes to these characters and you compare them to the T and K ones, they're very similar in design. Especially, like, hang on, let me switch to my last slideshow right here. Well, we'll just go down the line. Like, Kunou even looks very similar to her design in the past 3 seasons. So there's hardly any difference, if you ask me. Like, I can look at these characters, even in the animation, and automatically tell who they are without question. They still have the same personality and traits that they've always had that make them who they are. And to me, that's what the actual character is. Not, you know, just the design, but the character itself is the personality. The traits and behaviors that each character has is what makes the character for me. That and, you know, the voice talents. But as far as the designs go, I mean, they're pretty much on par. The only difference is there's less detail in the hair, there's less detail in the eyes, and the faces are a little more round. But other than that, I mean, the body build is almost exact. So Passione has gotten real close. Do I know any more uncensored websites for High School DxD Hero? As far as any other websites for High School DD Hero Uncensored, you might try, if you don't like using 9 anime like I do, maybe Otaku Stream might have it. You could try Otaku Stream and see if they have the uncensored. because I think they would have it. But other than that, I'm not too sure. Like, I think Crunchyroll might get the uncensored once it's actually released out on Blu-ray and DVD. And I'm not sure about Funimation. But, I mean, there's certain things about these designs that I like a lot better compared to the ones prior. Let me keep going down the slideshow here. There we go. Alright, so here, shot's about to come up on the screen of picture from season 3, and I'm going to show you just some aspects that I didn't really like. Well, maybe a few aspects that I didn't really like about the past couple of about the past design that they were using that TNK had. Okay, so here we are. This is the shot from season 3 right here. And as you can see, I mean, the ears are just way too large in my opinion. I mean, they stick out a little too much, especially in Asia's case. And the expressions in this shot were just really bad. Like, you can't even see their nose that well because they're like dots on their face, pretty much. I mean, Riaz right here, she looks okay, and so does Kiba and Koneko, Gasper, and even Akeno. But you go to Asia right here, and the ears are just way too large, and that was something that really bugged me in the old designs, was the ears were just made extremely huge, like they're not proportionate to the face. And it wasn't just in like the main characters, I'm talking about like in like Matsuda and Motohama as well. Like, their ears were just extremely huge, and it just didn't blend well with me. I managed to get past it because, you know, I love High School DD, and there were some great aspects to the TNK models that I really loved. But, you know, you go back to these designs, like especially in Azazel's case. Azazel from this season looks spectacular. Like, almost like if they copy and pasted him into the series. Like, the detail is almost on par with Azazel. And I really appreciated that because Azazel is one of my favorite characters out of the entire series. I mean, he looks great. Even in his yukata today, like, that was like a striking image of him, just like plastered, and it looked fantastic. But yeah, I mean, so far the season has turned out to be incredible for me, guys. I mean, the only thing that's really hard for me is to hear, you know, people, you know, badmouth the new designs because they don't look as good as TNK's. Well, they're not going to look as good as TNK's, but they're pretty damn close. The designs are pretty damn close to TNK's, if you ask me. I mean, the body structure, everything's more proportionate. Another thing that I didn't like about the past seasons was the hair. There were some shots where in the past seasons the hair looked really good, but then there was others where the hair would kind of stick out past the forehead, like almost like it was made out of cardboard and like paper cutouts, pretty much. This season the hair looks more natural because it's curved and it kind of, you know, like forms the face, and it looks really good. Yeah, of course people are still going to complain, but it hurts my feelings to see that people will complain, you know, over a studio change that was needed for the continuation of the series. I mean, seriously. But, you know, recently, a lot of people have gotten used to it, and some people have even said that they're actually liking it now, so I'm really happy about that. Ooh, Daily Motion has it. I did not know that. That's a good step. For everything for DxD new animation. That's a good step. Oh yeah, definitely. I'm really enjoying it. Like, it's hard for me to hear the complaints from people, or like go down a streaming site and see, you know, people complain about, no, the old designs were way better. But I've gotten past it now because the high school DD Reddit has been just a great supporter for the new animation and art style and how it looks. Like, I'll be honest with you here, when I first saw Yasaka in the preview for today's episode, I thought to myself, those boobs are way too freaking huge to look natural. But then I looked at the rest of her model, right? I looked at the rest of her model and how she was drawn, and it's proportionate to her body. It's proportionate to her character model. And it looks really good. Like, after seeing her in today's episode, because, you know, in the light novel there is no illustration of Yasaka in there. But they did an excellent job, you know, even though she has like these really big breasts. They did an excellent job making them look natural on her character. Like when I saw the painting that was shown before Issei and his friends of what Yasaka actually looks like in full body, I was amazed at just how amazing she looks. So I'm really enjoying it. It's going to be an excellent episode come next Tuesday. And hopefully next Tuesday I'm going to have this whole issue with my streaming program fixed, because I had everything set up and working perfectly, and now it just looks like I have a freeze frame. But at least my slideshow is working. But yeah, I mean, these designs are absolutely fantastic. I've really enjoyed them so far. When is High School DD Hero for dub on Funimation coming? Eric, I believe the dub is supposed to be released today at some point. I'm not sure when. Oh yeah, the original trailer was really good. And I can't wait for next Tuesday's episode, guys, because Cal has finally been introduced into the series, and the voice talent that is doing him for the sub is incredible so far. I mean, Cal looks awesome. Like, if you compare it to the light novel illustration, it's perfect. It's freaking perfect. And to be honest, like, out of the last 3 seasons, one of the other aspects that I didn't really go for was some of the scenes, since it was set so dark, made it real hard to see, and I would have to like squint or like drop my lights down in my room so that I could actually see better. But this season, thanks to the slightly brighter color palette, you can see things a lot better. You can see the characters a lot better. Everything just looks a lot better this season. And I can't wait to actually do a full review on it once it's finished, because it's going to be amazing. Yeah, it was definitely great. Like, I was not expecting him to be able to blow past Azazel like that. But apparently, he's a lot stronger than I thought. And come next week, we will have the Issei versus Cal battle, and that is going to be one hell of a moment, guys. I cannot wait to break into that next Tuesday. I'm also really enjoying Kunou's voice actress as well. She has been doing a fantastic job. Like, the thing with me and voice talents is that they have to make me get lost in the character. And if they can't make me get lost in their character and enjoy their character that way, then they're not doing their part, in my opinion. But so far this season, since we got all the same voice cast back, and even some greater voice talents for the new cast that have joined, like Kunou, her mother, and Cal, etc. I mean, everything still resonates wonderfully, and I love it. Only complaint I have for DxD Hero is not getting a lot of websites to be completely uncensored. Well, yeah, that would be me too, Eric. That would definitely be me too. Like, I wish there was a lot more sites that had the uncensored version as well. The breast this season definitely looked better. Like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but in the past season, to me, they kind of looked flat. Even though, you know, they were proportionate, the body frames looked flat, and the faces were just way too pointed. Even though there were some really good shots. Alright, Eric, I'll see you next Tuesday. But even though there were some really good shots in the last 3 seasons, there were some shots that just looked really flat and awkward. Yeah, Kunou definitely looks the part. And the voice actress definitely plays the part. Like, that accent that they have the voice actress doing for Kunou is fantastic. It's that classic Kyoto dialect that just really resonates well for the Yaokai clan, and I'm loving it so far. It's been a great ride this episode today. Like I said at first, I was really hesitant because when I saw Yasaka, I was like, I don't know, those breasts look a little too huge. Am I gonna cringe? And then I actually watched the episode and I saw just how beautiful the full painting of Yasaka was that was put up before Issei and his friends. when they were having the conference, and I was like, wow, I mean, even for that breast size, it fits the character perfectly. This looks excellent. So that is going to be my personal vision of Yasaka from now on. I mean, that is just excellent, because in the light novel they didn't have an illustration of her, and I was actually wondering what she would turn out to look like. And now that I've seen what Passione has done with her, she looks spectacular. Like, I could not have asked for a better Yasaka. But anyway, any questions, guys? Any questions on the next episode? Because I'm actually going to be looking for the preview for the next episode to come out in the next 2 days on the actual web running on the actual web streams, the Japanese web streaming sites, because they're the only ones that have the previews apparently. That's one disappointment though for this season, because I actually would have preferred to have previews for the next ones, just so we can see what happens. But in another way, I find it really interesting and actually that's not the word I'm looking for. And actually, the fact that we don't have the previews is a good thing in a way, because it allows us to anticipate what's going to happen next, instead of, just know what to look forward to. It builds up that tension, that excitement for the next episode, and I think that's actually why they left it out in the actual streams and the US releases. But I'm definitely looking forward to the next episode. I never imagined the Fox Clan and DxD would be shown so great. When I heard they are gonna put Yokai Clan and DxD, I was surprised. Oh yeah. Like, volume 9 and 10 are like 2 of my favorite volumes out of the light novel, because of the Yokai Clan, because of Kunou and her mother. Because I've always been a fan of those types of series. That's why I like High School DxD to begin with, is because angels, Greek mythology, lore, you got the Greek gods, you got Yokai, Japanese heritage, and of course you got your Ulpai, which this season look almost 1,000,000 times better than they have in the last 3 seasons. Yeah, me too, Space Gamers. I also hope that we get to see one for Volume 8. Like, I went out on Twitter and I tweeted Ishibumi today. I was like, can you please make an OVA series for Volume 8 concerning the Hero Rangers and Trials episodes? Because people were thinking that, they skipped or they missed an episode due to the conversation that happened between, Kiba and Issei in episode 2. So hopefully we'll get to see, we'll have some OVAs after this, and one of them should be concerning the Trials, because that would be awesome to see. The Hero Rangers. The Devil Kings dressed up as the Hero Rangers would be incredible to see in animation. Me neither. I mean, that's going to be an incredible fight. And then we also got Volume 10 to look forward to, which is going to come shortly after the fight with the Hero faction, and that is going to be spectacular. Volume 10 is one of my favorites out of the light novel, and I am definitely looking forward to what they are going to put into it. I have a feeling we're going to get that confession this season, and it's going to be great. But yeah, guys, I mean, even though I know that people are still going to be complaining about the new designs, the more I look at these designs, the more I just feel that these are just more natural for the characters. I mean, when you compare the two, there's not really that many differences. There's just a little less detail. I really like how the adaptation chose to animate Issei's consciousness meeting with the female dragon emperor of and unlocking the potential. Healed by potential. Do you believe they might do a DxD movie in the future? Nick, that's a good question. I would love to have a high school DxD movie in the future. That would be awesome. Just as long as it's not live action. I think a live action would totally ruin it. But if it's like an animated movie, that would be incredible. And yeah, Space Gamers, I also really liked how they played that out in episode 2. Meeting with the female dragon emperor and all the old dragon emperors, his senpais, and the unlocking of the box. I'm still waiting to see what that is though, because it keeps popping up, you know. We keep seeing scenes where, you know, people are acting out from it, but we don't actually know what was in the box, and I really want to know what was in the box, so hopefully we'll be getting to that soon. Like, we know what it causes, but we haven't seen what it is yet, and I want to see what it is. But yeah, I mean, so far this season has been spectacular. Me neither, Nick. Me neither. I'm so looking forward to next Tuesday. The more I watch this season, the more I'm just pumped for the next episode, because people say because of the new designs that it's lost its mature factor. However, I tend to disagree, because in terms of actual content, it still has that mature factor. Like, you can't judge mature factor on designs alone, you know what I mean? You would have to take out the entire plot of High School DxD in order for it to lose its mature factor. But it hasn't lost its darkness, and it hasn't lost its mature factor at all, and that's something that I've been really, really enjoying. And it was hilarious to see how Rose Wise got drunk on one cup of sake today. That was hilarious. Who is beyond of Juggernaut Drive? I think that's Crimson Drive, isn't it? Isn't Crimson Drive next? Crimson Drive should be next. Senpai X Senpai, I hope they won't turn Riaz into a tsundere. I love dignified Riaz. Oh, Senpai X Senpai, I doubt they would do that. Because everything's according to the light novel. And if everything goes according to the light novel, we will still have our very dignified Riaz. I mean, so far to me, Rias still has remained dignified. She's always had that kind of cute factor, though, where she would blush on things that Akeno said about her and Issei, and that's something that I can really appreciate. It's just really great to hear Yoko Hikasa back as Rias and hear Shizuka Ito back as Akeno and all the other cast. It's just been really fantastic for me, and I can't wait for the next episode. And I did for the DxD movie, they should put the Issei's kids in the future, even though it's fan-made. Well, considering the scene that we saw today in the closet with, you know, Irina, Zenovia, Aoji, and Issei, you know, talking about having his babies, it's a possibility if they do make a movie that will happen. But we'll have to see. Any more questions, you guys? I've got like 9 more minutes before I have to cut out for the day. Any more questions? How long have we been going so far today? Oh, we've got about 41 minutes. That's a little shorter than my usual streams, but that'll be alright. You guys got any more questions for me today? Before I have to cut out, because I've got to get back to recording the rest of my spring impressions. Yeah, I mean, 43 minutes isn't bad. I actually wanted to make this an hour like I did the last couple, but because of that little technical difficulty that I had in the beginning, I'm having to cut it short. Who's my favorite DxD character? Let's see. There's too many senpai, honestly. I mean, Rias is definitely my number one. And it's for the exact same reason that that you like her, because she's dignified, and she also has that cuteness about her that, you know, makes her a lovable character. And plus, it's Yoko Hikasa's. It's Yoko Hikasa. She's my favorite voice actress of all time. Her voice is just like a lullaby to my ears. Like, I could probably lay my head in her lap and just fall asleep to just anything she says. Do I believe Issei might get new weapons like Thor's hair or Escalon? Well, Issei already has Escalon. Thor's hair, I'm not sure about, but I know he already has Escalon because that was gone over in Season 3. Now, will he be using it this season is another question. And I'm hoping that he'll use it in his fight against Cyrogue when their battle comes to play in Volume 10. Oh, I need to fix that real quick. Because this is episode 3, actually. Change that title. There. All right. Thor's hammer? Didn't he already use Thor's hammer in season 3? Like, I know that God, I can't remember the old geezer's name. Odin. I know Odin-sama granted him use of Thor's hammer when he defeated Loki. Oh, and just so you guys know, Loki's actual defeat is canon. Loki's actual defeat and imprisonment is canon. It's what happened after Loki's imprisonment that isn't canon. But yeah, he already used I think he already used Thor's hammer in season 3. Now, whether or not he'll be using it again this season will depend on whether or not, I guess, if Odin makes an appearance. But I think this season is mainly focused around, you know, the Yaokai clan and the hero faction, as well as, you know, Volume 10, which is going to be Lion's Heart, which is going to be excellent. I'm so looking forward to Lion's Heart. But anyway, guys, I'm going to cut it out for the day. If you have any other questions before I go, you can leave them in the comments or even post them in the chat still, and then I will answer them in the comments after the stream is fully uploaded as a video. Thanks all for watching and, you know, being patient during this technical difficulty that my streaming service was having. I'm going to try to get that fixed for next Tuesday, that way everything works out right. Yeah, Nick, I think they're going to do OVAs as well, because they, you know, they had OVAs with the last three seasons. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. I know a lot of Japanese fans have been asking for OVAs as well, especially for Volume 8 concerning the Hero Rangers. So I'm looking forward to seeing if we have any come out. And I can't wait for July so that I can actually buy the season, because that's going to be spectacular. But anyways, I'll catch you next time, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and look forward to the rest of my spring impressions to come out possibly by next week. I'll be finishing the recording on them today, and I'll be starting editing them on them next Monday. So look forward to those. And I'll catch you guys later.